4.
Campionato di calcio italiano.
Hello everyone, this is Gary Bloom welcoming you to Football Italia Mezzanotte. And our featured game tonight comes from Genoa, where Sampdoria take on the league leaders Juventus. Juve go into this match 3 points clear of second place Parma, who recorded a victory earlier today. Sampdoria are 13 points behind Juve. For Juventus number 5, Jurgen Kohler returns after recovering from an ankle injury. Frenchman Didier Deschamps starts his first game in Serie A. Meanwhile, Alessandro Del Piero has recovered from the effects of flu to play. For Sampdoria, there's no David Platt. He has a thigh injury, and two defenders, Ferri and Manini, are sidelined too. They're replaced by Serena and Rossi. Sampdoria welcome back, though, Jugovic after suspension and Ivani after injury. And there's a special warm welcome home for Gianluca Vialli, the Juventus captain, who was such a firm favourite here in Genoa in his days with Sampdoria. His goals took Sampdoria to the Championship 4 years ago, and he's now trying to do that again with Juventus. Mancini and Vialli spent 8 years together as teammates, and they're still close friends. The referee for this game is Robert Anthony Bocci, and it's Juventus who get this match underway, playing from left to right in the first half, and an early touch here for Angelo Di Livio. Juventus haven't won away to Sampdoria in Serie A for 6 years. Since then, they've lost 2 and drawn 3 games. In total, Juventus have failed to record a victory on their last 9 visits to the Luigi Ferrara Stadium, including matches against Genoa. Throw in then to Juventus. Ferrara is forced wide and barged off the ball in the end by Mihailovic. Hullitz. Ravanelli, not given any space at all by Serena. Michele Serena arrived in Genoa in the summer of '92 and was one of the players included in the deal which took Vialli to Juventus. Viekovod. This one held back towards Walter Zenga. Torricelli got his head to the ball. Marocchi. Lombardo tried to win it for Sampdoria and has managed to do so. It's rather congested in midfield, and this is Ravanelli. Has Vialli to his right. Tried to help the ball through to Didier Deschamps. Di Livio got his head to the ball. Both sides swapping possession with bewildering speed at the moment. Ciro Ferrara just helps it on. Intercepted here by Mihailovic. A rather disappointing ball in the end will just gift possession back to Juventus. That's Jurgen Kohler, number 5, the German international. He returns to the side after missing the last 2 games with an ankle injury. Gianluca Vialli back in Genoa. Spent 8 seasons with this club prior to his £12 million move to Juventus a couple of seasons ago. Referee allowed the advantage then. Vialli. Ravanelli. And there's some space here for Torricelli if he can find a teammate. Deschamps, the Frenchman, trying to thread through a pass through a very crowded Sampdoria defence, it has to be said. This is Hullitz. Mancini to his left. Jugovic, Lombardo now. First serious attack for Sampdoria. Lombardo with a useful looking cross, but he couldn't find a teammate. Oh! And then Juventus are guilty of giving the ball straight back to Sampdoria inside their own penalty area. Maspero had the shot, but Juve will look to their defending then and will be disappointed. Corner kick there to Sampdoria. Got cleared by Marocchi. And the danger has passed. There's Maspero, who had that initial shot on goal, and indeed the ball was played back towards him following the corner kick. He starts his fourth successive game, having spent the best part of 3 months out of the first team. Deschamps. Marocchi. Serena's lost it here. Del Piero. Di Livio. Help forward there by Marco Rossi. No great pattern in this match so far, but Juventus are trying to dominate things in midfield without much success. This is Vialli. Ferrara. Angelo Di Livio. It was a fair-looking cross. It tempted Zenga to the edge of his 6-yard box. And there was a slight misunderstanding with Zenga and Mihajlovic. Serena eventually forced the ball away. Meanwhile, it's a corner to Juventus to be taken by Alessandro Del Piero, player who was doubtful for this game with the effects of a muscle injury and the effects of flu as well. Del Piero, who has managed to hang on to Roberto Baggio's number 10 jersey. Roberto Baggio might be back next week. Who knows, Del Piero could lose his place in the starting 11. That's Serena who forced the ball forward. Forward is Carrera. Exchanges passes with Peruzzi. Di Livio. Appeals for handball there, not given. This is Del Piero. Forced away from goal. Eventually Lombardo got back to force the ball away. Incidentally, Sampdoria have lost only one of their last 11 Serie A games. That was away to Inter last month. Juve know it's going to be hard to come here and get anything at all. Cavani returns to the side today. He had a knee injury. Lombardo. Lombardo scored in each of Sampdoria's last 2 home games against Juventus. And both games have ended level at 1-1. Peruzzi trying to pick out Ravanelli, and it's all the way through to Walter Zenga, who's yet to keep a clean sheet since the turn of the year. Mihajlovic. Viekovod. Rossi. Serena. This looks promising for Sampdoria until Deschamps pinched the ball and plays a swift 1-2 with Vialli. Del Piero. Tackled very comprehensively by Rossi, and it's Ruud Gullit now. Three is Torricelli, who comes into the Juventus side to replace Orlando. Orlando's damaged his shoulder. Currently out of the first team picture. Maspero, easily dispossessed. Vialli. Away by Rossi. First half hasn't had any great shape to it. Marco Rossi, who was drafted in for only his third appearance in Serie A this season, normally plays at left back. He's playing an essential defensive role tonight. Trip on Del Piero results in a free kick for Sampdoria. Pereira is trotting forward to the edge of the Sampdoria penalty area. Now, what can the league leaders fashion from this dead ball situation? Still goalless in a largely disappointing game so far. And that Sampdoria defensive wall still to retreat the statutory 10 yards. Oh, Zenga forced it clear with his foot. It was an unusual save. And it's back with Del Piero. This is Torricelli. Torricelli trying to make a beeline for the Sampdoria goal. Rossi hooks the ball clear. Now this probably the closest we've come to a goal. As Zenga forced the ball away with his boots, or even knees rather than his hands. Well, Juventus have been gifted another free kick. Inevitably, Vialli making a nuisance of himself. He was Serie A's leading goalscorer when Sampdoria won the Scudetto. That was 4 years ago when he got 19 goals in 26 league appearances. Just beginning to rediscover that sort of form. Del Piero with the free kick, but it's a real gift for Zenga. Walter Zenga, 34 now. Still one of the best goalkeepers around. Found us by Jurgen Kohler. It was all smiles. Juventus managed just 3 away wins in Serie A in the whole of last season. They've already doubled that total in this campaign and have the best away record in Italy's top flight. Can they find a victory here against Sampdoria? Sampdoria wanted the free kick for handball, but this is Ravanelli. Vialli barged off the ball. Olivio unable to control it. It's been a familiar story in the first half. Lombardo trying to get away from Jurgen Kohler and has done ever so well. Almost fell there towards Maspero. Mancini now for Sampdoria. Links up with Mihailovic. Mancini swept onto Jugovic. Free kick. Good period of pressure this for Sampdoria. They've repeatedly knocked at the Juventus back door, which has remained resolutely closed. And there's more work now for Angelo Peruzzi, the goalkeeper, and the Juventus defence. That graph at the bottom of your picture indicates until the green light shows the Juventus wall hasn't retreated the 10 yards. It has now. But can Sampdoria find a way past it? Mihailovic now. That was a terrific strike from about 30 to 35 yards. Terrific blast at goal, and it had Peruzzi diving to his left. Riekavod. Maspero lost out in midfield. And it's back with Peruzzi. And all the way through to Zenga. It's been the sort of first half that coaches will enthuse about, but will frustrate the spectators. Goalmouth incident has been rationed, to say the least, and one can only hope for a better second half. Half-time score 0-0.
However good you look, there's always room for a little improvement.
Nicole?
Papa?
Now with even more refinement, the new generation Clear.
Search a packet of Walker's Crisps, Crinkles or Double Crunch and you could find a cheque for £5, £20 or £10,000. Simply fill in your name and pay it into your bank or building society account, plus 9 million other prizes. Walker's. No wonder there's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Kotex understands how it feels to be a woman. That's why we created new Kotex Ultra Thin. The Kotex Stay Dry system absorbs quickly and locks practically everything away. No other Ultra Thin keeps you drier. All this yet so thin. For security and confidence, new Kotex Ultra Thin. From the complete range of Kotex protection. Kotex understands.
Hey, listen, Colgate Total keeps on protecting you, even after you finish brushing. Colgate Total's antibacterial protection helps fight against plaque and cavities while you're working, and even against tartar and gum problems while you're enjoying yourself. Colgate Total, brushing that works between brushings.
So far you have had it easy peasy. Now, the resistance test. Come around, implement of torture. Golden flakes encrusted with honey, nuts and brown sugar. You admire, you want, you salivate, but you must resist! Resist! Perhaps we pushed them too far this time, comrade.
Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. The trouble is they taste too good.
Call Chatterbox 0891 555 000. Call now for the essential connection. 0891 555 000.
On a dance tip, 21 huge chart monsters. On a dance tip, get it now on Global.
I've only got 2 hours to get to Dover. Hop in.
Je crois qu'il doit Carling Black Label. Ah, c'est fait à 4.1%. Oui, pour une faveur plus grande. No trouble with the blockade then? Nah.
Unlike him.
Carling, Britain's #1 selling lager.
Welcome back. The half-time score in our featured game on Football Italia Mezzanotte is Sampdoria 0, Juventus, the league leaders 0. And one can only hope the second half will be more entertaining than the first. No changes to personnel at half-time. Sampdoria in possession, and this is Viekovo. Sampdoria are still unbeaten at home in the league this season. and have provided a very stern test for Sampdoria and their title ambitions. Lombardo. That's more like it. Unfortunately, it struck his own player, Ruud Gullit. Without wishing to be unkind to Juventus, they hardly play with the swagger of champions-elect. And they've really scrapped through the opening 45 minutes with some rather uninspired football. Having said that, Sampdoria have made it hard for them. Carrara. Gullit. Gullit snuffs out that raid and moves Juventus onto the front foot once again. This is Torricelli. Pavanelli was barged off the ball and Juve have a free kick. Marocchi will take it. This is Del Piero. Torricelli. Lombardo. Deschamps. Another disappointing ball. At times, space is so limited on the field, you suspect both teams have sneaked on an extra couple of players. Mind you, here's Gullit who's found half a yard. Mancini's taken up a back post position and was just a yard of pace behind the game. Well, if anyone can unlock this football match, it's Ruud Gullit. Marocchi. Now this could be interesting. Gullit! Well, I'm not really sure what he intended then. I suspect it was a genuine attempt on goal. Although judging where the ball ended up, you'd hardly believe that. It remains Sampdoria 0, Juventus 0. Well, that's a poor kick, and it was almost intercepted by Mancini. Maybe it is going to take an error to produce the opening goal. Marocchi. Once again, there was little space in midfield in which to manoeuvre. Lombardo. And Marocchi provided the challenge once again for Juventus. Serena, former Juventus player. Gullit tried to flick it on and was penalised. It's a free kick which the league leaders take quickly. Vialli. Carrara. Deschamps. Vialli. Del Piero, that's a lovely turn round. Serena. Vialli. And it's going to be a free kick to Sampdoria. And that's the most fluid raid Juventus have managed to put together so far in this football match. Inevitably, Vialli was right at the centre of it with that piece of trickery which almost released the ball to Del Piero. Ivani came to Sampdoria's rescue before being fouled. Tola got his head to the ball. Turn it back to Peruzzi. Deschamps. Early down by Jugovic. Mancini. Ivani. Juventus have a lot of players behind the ball now. Ivani. Viekovod ventures forward here for Sampdoria. This is Mancini. Through to Lombardo. Oh dear. And Lombardo who has made a habit of scoring against Juventus in recent league games, was only a few feet away from doing so again. It took a mistake to allow Lombardo to have this chance, and he knows he should have at least had the ball on target. Ivani comprehensively tackles Ravanelli. This is Mancini. Jugovic. Sampdoria beginning to play some good football here. Hullet. Oh, well held by Peruzzi. That was difficult. Since conceding 6 goals in 2 games against Torino and Cagliari, through no fault of his own, Peruzzi has responded by letting in just 1 in the 3 games since. He is in good form at the moment, as he showed there. Torricelli, Vialli. So we've almost reached the midway point of the second half. No sign of a breakthrough, but Sampdoria have been a good deal more positive in the second half and have taken the game to Juventus. And here's Lombardo. Still Lombardo! He's getting closer and closer. Mancini, Lombardo again. And Cola forces it clear. Lombardo was close to goal number 6 of the season for him. And it certainly brought the crowd to life. It is rumoured that Lombardo could be the next Sampdoria player to leave the club for one of the Italian giants, perhaps of Turin or Milan. He's come as close as anybody to altering the scoreline. 3 is Serena. Lombardo's taken a whack to his head. Good to see him challenged by Ferrara. The referees wave play on. Vialli. All the traffic is now directed towards the Juventus goal. Mancini. Chip forward here by Maspero. Lombardo! Well, I wonder how many chances he needs. It squirted through a busy penalty area. I don't think Lombardo anticipated the ball was going to come his way. He rather stabbed at the chance. Well, he could have had a hat-trick so far. Rossi missed out on the header, but not so Jugovic. Held back by Serena. Zenga can't pick this one up. Rather sliced his clearance. Well, the Sampdoria fans are no doubt talking about those missed opportunities which presented themselves to Attilio Lombardo. Torricelli helped it forward to Del Piero. This is Ravanelli. Trying to pick out Vialli, but it should be Zenga's ball. Vialli and Zenga, former teammates in the Italian national team. Six is Mihailovic. Might come down to Lombardo. And you can hear the groan which rings around this stadium. He hardly hit that in the manner of a player with a good deal of confidence. Pushed there by Vialli, free kick to Sampdoria. Well, he's been a rather muted figure so far in this game. And Del Piero is going to make way here for Robert Ianni. as Juventus make the first switch. Robert Jani, the Croatian who can play either in defence or midfield. Jugovic. She helps it wide. Serena. Free kick. Robert Jani's first contribution to this game is to give away a free kick in a very dangerous position for Juventus. It was a blatant body check. Now Mihajlovic has already proved he can rattle them in from this sort of range, and he's standing over the ball once again. Direct free kick. Took a deflection off Carrera, and almost beat Peruzzi. I think Peruzzi had the original shot covered, but not once the ball took a deflection. Well, Juventus have certainly ridden their luck. Lombardo's had 3 very presentable chances to score, and thankfully Juventus, that deflection went their way. Mancini. Well, the crowd didn't appreciate that extravagant back flick which didn't come off, and now Sampdoria have given Juventus a free kick. Marocchi, one of the elder statesmen of the Juventus team. It's not his 3rd consecutive game due to Juve's injury problems. Marcello Lippi is the coach of Juventus. And maybe even at this stage he would be thankful of gaining a point from his trip to Genoa. Carrera. All the way through to Walter Zenga. Helped on by Mancini. This is Maspero. Lombardo tries to get the better of Torricelli, and has help from Jugovic here. Look where Violi was on the edge of his own penalty area, scrapping for the ball. And now turning playmaker. Rossi is the back marker for Sampdoria. Lombardo. Carrera wasn't prepared to take any chances. Milani. I just begin to get the impression that Sampdoria feel that their chance may have gone to win this game. Although here's Lombardo. It's a poor punch by Peruzzi. The home side seem to have been deflated by those misses from Lombardo. And maybe they too have prepared themselves for a draw. Pullit. Pullit heads it on. It's going to come to Lombardo. Pullit now. Evodi! Surely handball. Marocchi got his hands in the way of that one. But the referee says no penalty. Marocchi was just protecting his face. Look at the arms of Marocchi there. He helped the ball upwards and lifted it harmlessly over the crossbar. And one suspects that was destined to end up in the back of the Juventus net. Corner then to Sampdoria. And away by Didier Deschamps. Well, the ball has shown an obstinate desire to stay out of that Juve net. Here's that thumping drive again from Evani. And Marocchi certainly did handle this ball. Was it intentional, other than to protect himself? Serena helps it forward. Tennis Mancini. Nearly every positive raid Sampdoria have made in this match has come down their right-hand side. Vialli, wrong foot's Viekovod. It's still Vialli. Oh, it's a fabulous goal! It comes with 11 minutes left, and it could be good enough to win this game. What a homecoming for Gianluca Vialli, the player who spent 8 seasons with Sampdoria and whose goals took them to the championship. His determination to get a shot in on goal here was exceptional. Well, Vialli scored a lot of goals in his long career, but that must rank as one of the best ever. And there's a real sense of injustice now around the Luigi Ferrara Stadium, because Sampdoria have bossed this second half. They've had 3 very good chances to score. They've had a very worthwhile penalty appeal turned down too, and now they find themselves flirting with defeat. Rossi. Lombardo, who really has been the main culprit when it's come to missed chances. Vialli. Vialli sweeps it onto Ravanelli. Trying to get the better of Serena, and he claims Serena handled the ball. Vialli is the tireless worker in Juventus's cause, but the goal poacher supreme as well. Pulic. Ferrara mopped up after his colleagues, and by rather a strange route wins his side a goal kick. Well, they say luck is the greatest ace in football, and it's certainly in Juventus's hand for this match. As Sampdoria make their first substitution, Bellucci is coming on and replaces Maspero. Lombardo. Jugovic away by Kola. This is Robert Yanni now for Juventus. Ravanelli. Vialli has taken up a promising position as he stayed onside. The answer is no. But there was terrific speed to that counter-attack by Juventus. And Yanni's picked up an injury here. Marco Rossi is the Sampdoria player who's injured. Marco Rossi was signed from Brescia last season. He made a brave attempt to deny Yanni the chance to put over that through ball, and both players injured themselves in the ensuing tackle. Lombardo. Well, he's committed a couple of